United States of America. I think they're still backing up that tree that there was something wrong with his university attendance, Chicago State University. Okay, well, this morning we have a guest, and we'll talk about that and other matters. Mr. Durojaiye Ogunsanya is a public affairs analyst. Yes. Thank you very much for coming. But I guess the other thing that is of interest here is that you happened to be in that same school with him.
Yes.
Chicago State University, right?
Right.
Well, he studied accountancy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
What did you study, sir?
Accounting. We were in the same department.
You were in the same, accounting in the same department?
Yes, yes. We were in the same class.
Now, tell me about this, because as you know, there are those who seek to make the case that he didn't, in spite of the fact that that university has indeed provided them with evidence that, yep, he was one of our students, he took a degree in accounting, but you see, people can still go ahead and do what they will do. This is the nature of, I suppose, law and all of that. They can try. But I'm interested because one of the things we hear is that President Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as he then was known, we don't know anybody who went to school with him. Well, here you are live in the studio. You actually did go to school with him.
Yes.
Now tell me about that. Did you meet in school, or were you like buddies before going into the university, the application? Tell me about that whole scenario, because it will be interesting, so to speak.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yes, we met in the school, Chicago State University, and we were in the same department, College of Accounting, Business and Administration, with major in accounting.
Yes, yes.
With major in accounting. And we were in the same class together, and we graduated. He did attend the university, Chicago State University, and he graduated in 1979.
Okay, as you did.
As I did.
In 1979.
Yes, so I'm here to testify that he did attend the university and he was a good student.
Well,
welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election held in Nigeria on February 25, 2023, and the results controversially announced on March 1st, 2023, and that result was challenged at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, where on Wednesday, September 6th, the tribunal gave his verdict, which did not satisfy the petitioners, and they have now moved the matter to the Supreme Court. Now, one of the issues that have been of contention is the issue of certificate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, since May 29, 2023, until the Supreme Court says otherwise. Now, his certificate, or his alleged certificate forgery, is one of the grounds in which his election is being called for nullification. Okay? And if you're a follower of what is going on in the country, you will know that even right now, there is a pending matter at a court in the United States, in Chicago, precisely, in Chicago, Illinois, where Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, is demanding for academic records of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with which he gained admission to that school, with which he was able to graduate, and everything that has to do with his academic record, so that he could be able to prove his case that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu allegedly forged his academic records, which he presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission to be able to contest for the election, or part of his documentation for the election. Now, as I said, the issue of Tinubu's certificate, that had been dogging the man right from when he was governor of Lagos State. And it is still a pending matter that is now in the United States court, and it's also an issue at the Supreme Court, because that's one of the grounds in which his election is being sought to be nullified by Atiku Abubakar, in particular on that particular issue of falsification or forgery of certificate. Now, the video you watched at the beginning of this interaction, the video you watch is the video of somebody who claimed to be the classmate of Tinubu at Chicago State University. His name is Durojaiye Ogunsanya. And if you follow that interview in details, you see that even the anchor was saying that people have been saying that where is Tinubu's classmate? Now his classmate has appeared. He has come out. Okay, this Durojaiye Ogunsanya has come out to say that he is the classmate of Tinubu at Chicago State University. If you watch the complete video with TVC, which of course is a television station owned by, believed to be owned by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the man claimed that he was a classmate of Tinubu, that he can confirm that Tinubu attended Chicago State University in the United States, and that nobody should be casting doubts over it. But like some people are asking, if he attended it or not, why is he obstructing Atiku Abubakar from extracting records from the university? That's another angle some people are looking at it. Now, in the interview that this Durojaiye gave, confirming in his own words that Tinubu attended Chicago State University, that both of them graduated from the same university in 1979. But another question that also had not been answered was his own certificate also signed by by the woman that signed Tinubu's certificate, that is now a bone of contention, because the woman that signed Tinubu's certificate, the university even acknowledged that at the time she purportedly signed that, she was not an employee of the university. Is it the same person that signed his own certificate, this Durojaiye? Of course, we never can tell. We never can tell. But from the story he narrated to the anchor, or to the TVC anchor of the program, he said that they met in the school, Chicago State University, and that they were in the same department, the same College of Accounting, Business and Administration, the same College of Accounting, Business and Administration, with a major in accountancy, and that they were in the same class together, that they graduated together, and that he did attend the university, and that he graduated the same year as he, Durojaiye Ogunsanya. So, and they concluded by one of the my takeaway from it was that he concluded that he is ready to testify that Tinubu attended the university, and that he was a good student. Okay, and he said, "I'm here with my diploma for the world to see. We graduated together." it would have been interesting for him to upload that diploma so that we can look at the person that signed it, whether it's the same person that signed the diploma that Tinubu submitted to INEC, for which even the Chicago State University said they cannot vouch for that certificate right now. He said the reason he came to the television station was to, to set the record straight, to set the record straight, and not for any gains or favor. So he did it for altruistic reason. He did it for perhaps for national interest or for the whatever. That he's not looking for anything. But his appearance on that television station has also raised a lot of questions, because he was introduced and he claimed to be a public affairs analyst. However, a background check on him as a public affairs analyst revealed that he has never been intervening in any public affairs analysis at all. The only time he has ever appeared as an analyst was that particular day where he was at that television station to claim that Tinubu was his classmate. There was nothing about him that you can find online for somebody who claimed to be a public affairs analyst who graduated since 1979. In this digital age, you are a public affairs analyst, there is nothing on you. Because if you type his name inside Google, the only thing you will get is that his interview with TVC will come out. And then newspaper reports about the interview and nothing else about him. He has never intervened in any matter. There is no record of him on Google for anything. So he just came out from nowhere, from the woodwork, and announced that he's a public affairs analyst. And the media accepted it hook, line, and center. They didn't do any background check on him. For somebody who came out to make such a monumental claim, the mainstream media didn't care to investigate whether he is who he claims to be, or what is him, what is he. Like I said, a simple check in Google to be able to verify his claim to being a public affairs analyst was a failure. He failed that particular test because there was nothing to suggest that he was a public affairs analyst until that day that he appeared on TVC. Perhaps that was the day he became a public affairs analyst, because he has never analyzed anything. There is nothing, no record of him in anything, in any discourse in Nigeria. And you know that Google don't lie. If you have been a public affairs analyst, if you have been making intervention in public interest, in public policy, in political analysis, there is no way that your record will not be there in Google. There is no way you can run away from your digital footprint. Go and ask anybody who speaks in public space. People have their digital footprint had gone far beyond what they even could imagine. So you are a public affairs analyst, and your name cannot be found in Google except for that day you granted that interview. Then that is a red flag whether you should be trusted for your claims or not. because the other issues will be difficult to be able to follow, because himself, nothing much is known about him. But that particular claim he made of being a public affairs analyst was a good ground to be able to look out for who he is, or what he has done before, what he has intervened before. But there was nothing. So it's a red flag that called to question the authenticity of his claims. So if they think that they have been able to convince Nigerians now that Tinubu has a classmate, they better look at it again, because many people who take their time to do background check on that Durojaiye can tell you for free that they are not convinced by that man's intervention. Because when you are intervening, you must intervene from the point of view of integrity, of truthfulness, of openness. So when you claim to be a public affairs analyst, there should be evidence to show that you're a public affairs analyst. You cannot start to be a public affairs analyst from that very day that you first granted that monumental interview. Okay. But strangely, you can see the Nigerian media, they were regurgitating what the man said. They didn't do any background check, because Nigerian mainstream media are not ready to search for the truth, especially when this is a subject matter that concerns this particular issue, that concerns President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They are ready to accept whatever superficial information they get. They're not ready to dig deep into it. That's why whatever happens, the most critical information we may get about Tinubu will not come from Nigeria. It's likely to come from the dossier that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the CIA, the CIA, this IRS in the United States. So the data, the State Department, the data they will release is what is going to give us a true outlook on who the man Tinubu is, and not just from anybody intervening as his classmate from Nigeria, or expecting any Nigerian media organization to be able to give you the correct information. But it is also interesting to note that while Nigerian media, the mainstream media, we are regurgitating that this Durojaiye is a classmate of Tinubu without doing any further background check on it, they have not been reporting about the fact that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the CIA, the IRS, that's the tax organization in America, IRS, and the State Department, that they have agreed as a result of being compelled by the Freedom of Information Act request in the United States to release thousands of dossiers on Aswad Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You hardly see it in any Nigerian newspaper. They were not interested in that kind of story, because they don't want the public to be informed of what is happening. But they will regurgitate somebody who just appeared on television and said something, and they will run with it without investigation. But the key issue that has to address the future of the society, this issue that are developing in respect of the outcome of the 2023 presidential election, especially with the fact that the United States institutions like FBI, CIA, State Department, IRS, all these bodies have agreed that by October, which is a few days from now, that they are going to release thousands of documents on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The media in Nigeria, the mainstream media, are not carrying it. Okay, but they are ready to give this man publicity, who emerged from nowhere literally. Because when you put his name on Google, for somebody who is a political analyst, there is nothing there. It's like a desert. And it is strange that you can be a public affairs analyst at his age. Let us assume that he's the same age, even though he looks younger than President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that nothing can be found on him on the digital space. There is no digital footprint to rely on, except for that particular day that he appeared on that television. So that raises more questions than the answer he came out to provide. And I don't know how many Nigerians he was able to convince, whether he was able to convince any doubting Thomas that indeed he is a classmate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So that's my take on it. The man could not convince me. I could not be convinced. I wasn't convinced by his presentation, especially when I look at when I did background check. I was not convinced. And if I'm doubting his claim to be a public affairs analyst, he raises doubts about so many other things that he said, even in the longer interview. If you can go and watch it on TVC, the full interview. But my takeaway from it is that I was not convinced that he was telling me the truth. And I don't know how many Nigerians were convinced that he was telling the truth. So that is my take on it. And I don't know what you think about it. So what do you think about it? Is this man believable? Do you think you believe him that he was a classmate of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at Chicago State University? And don't also forget that it's not only Chicago State University that people have not seen his classmates. In fact, where it matters, because it is easy not to see somebody who studied abroad, his schoolmate. It's easy not to see his classmate in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, you study in the United States. You may not have a Nigerian who is your classmate. That's not an. But where the issue is, why is it that people are not coming out to show that they are his classmates, to show pictures of him in primary school, in secondary school? That is where you can actually get so many classmates. Primary school, secondary school. How many people have come out to claim that they attended the same primary school with Tinubu? How many people have come out to say they attended the same secondary school with him? At least in the case of Buhari, when his own matter was also in the front burner of public discourse, at least some people came out and said, we were in the same secondary school and all that. And at least we're able to see it. But I'm yet to see any group of people who came out with pictures to show that Tinubu was their classmate in primary school or in secondary school. Okay, so it's not just that people are questioning, or that people are questioning the university record, even the other records. Because if you remember, even in his in the form he filled ahead of this election, this last election, he left the issue of primary and secondary vacant. He didn't fill that space. But in 1999, when he was running for governor, he was able to fill all of those spaces. He failed where he attended primary school, where he attended secondary school, which it has now been alleged that those places does not exist and all that. So I don't know for you, were you convinced that this Durojaiye is a classmate of Tinubu and that with his intervention, the matter of Tinubu's certificates conundrum had been settled? Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.